cheat on me? Me and my new best buds will gaslight you into an asylum. It all started a year ago. I was a uni freshman studying psychology, and she was a girl who worked as a waitress at the cafe nearby. I used to go there a lot, still do. The latte there was divine, and we'd just chat between her serving guests. After a while, we moved together, and were happy ever after. For 5 months. Part 1, Heartbreak. She barely ever stayed home, always talking about how she got extra shifts, got some family business, etc. I was a curious man, and so after some digging I found the name of one of the other men she was dating. I thought he was the only one. Spoiler, he wasn't. My heart sank at the thought of her cheating on me, but I managed to keep my calm. Being the cautious cat I am, I decided to wait for more evidence, to see if my assumption is real or not. But then another strange name popped up. And another. And another. And another. At this point I was no longer upset. I was seething in rage. I decided that breaking up with this witch isn't enough. I have to break the witch herself. I began formulating my revenge plan, including making a pattern map of the witch, observing the method with which she circled between us. Being a six-timer, she doesn't have much time to split between all of us, so I have plenty of time to dig up and gather evidence, all for step 2. Part 2, Avengers Assemble. I followed her to her second lover, a guy from the same uni who was studying acting. After they parted ways, I came up to him. This is what transpires between us. M equals me, A1 equals Avenger 01 M, hey, do you have a minute? A1, clearly confused, yeah? Why? M, great. Now, this is extremely relevant to you, and it is really important, so how about we go get something to drink? We got to a bar, where I asked him to stay calm, and then showed the evidence to him. At first he refused to believe. Then he cried, and then we became best buds. He agreed to help me punish the hell out of this witch. I told him to act like nothing happened, not to confront her about this and not to act like something was wrong. We will have our revenge on this witch. I promise we will. But the time isn't right yet. We need more people in on this. A1, can't we just dump her? We can, but it's not that much of a difference to that witch. We need to do this to stop her from doing this to anyone else. A1, okay then. Over the next week, we recruited the other 4 into our Avengers. We all decided to devote ourselves to this. BTW, it seems that each of us were chosen for a different reason. I seem to have been chosen as potential husband. How flattering, but no, thank you. A1 was picked simply because he has a cute face and is good at jokes. A2 was rich and old and nice and lonely, go figure why. A3 was there only because she liked romance with him. A4 is a bodybuilder who liked to buy her expensive gifts and was actually planning to propose when we stopped him. And A5 is there because he has sway with the hour in a company she is planning to apply for. We all wanted revenge, and revenge is what we got. Part 3, Payback Time. I have explained to all of them the concept of gaslighting, and we put it to work. We moved her stuff from one house to another. We changed the configuration of the rooms in our house. We changed the light settings, our pets, dates, etc. Slowly, she began to crack. She became irritated, snappy, beginning to question us. She yelled at us, berated us, constantly insulting us and calling us derogatory names. We kept her on edge constantly, despite being caring and sweet to her face. Even as I get called a useless son of a witch, I was happy, because I knew this was the culmination of our revenge. A2 pulled out halfway through because he couldn't take all the mistreatment, since he was old and weakened. The rest of us saw him breaking up with her and her going ballistic. We did our best to help him. One day, she attacked A1 with a pointy boy. He escaped with several shallow wounds and hid out in the second-floor bathroom, where he called the cops. We all showed up to bail her out, and when she was released, and saw us all waiting for her, she finally lost it, laughing hysterically and curling up and slamming her head on the floor. We have broken her. She was admitted to an insane asylum where she stayed to this day, and us 6 dudes became close friends, due to us sharing secrets during the time we were executing our time. A1 required 14 stitches in 3 locations and got some creepy looking scars from that incident. The rest got away scot-free though.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
A1? His real name was Albert Einstein. Did the cops and neighbors start clapping afterwards? No. This would be a funny movie. You're right, this could make for a rather amusing film. This may seem like a r/that happened story at first glance because of the asylum part, but gaslighting really drives people insane, because if someone who you fully trust manipulates you like that, you eventually start to question your own perception of reality. What country are you in where insane asylums still exist? They're called institutions in the States because asylum is offensive to some, but they still very much exist. Crazies still exist. Out of all the things that never happened, this one didn't happen the most.